Unless y'all buying gold and silver. It's not even money. It's federal notes. It's FRNs, Federal Reserve notes, which we're talking about the Federal Reserve right now. They're Federal Reserve notes that are made currency by the United States. But on y'all say so. Y'all say this is money, and you put it in the currency, right? What they printed up for less than a penny a note, right? And it's not worth shit. It's just IOUs, man. And you got it floating around out there. So all you stupid jakes out there in the world, like the people I mentioned, the celebrities and basketball players, you might have 500 million, but when they drop the dollar, man, you ain't going to have no money. Nothing. You ain't going to have nothing, man.
Say something right quick? Yeah. Now, I just went to the U.S. Debt clock, and it's in real time. And right now, I'm going to read it. U.S. national debt, 16 trillion 782 billion. All right?
Damn, it's almost 17, right?
It'll be 17 in maybe like another 2 months. 17 trillion. The U.S. total debt is 59 trillion 308 billion. So, ain't looking good for y'all.
Yeah, your time's up.
That's why the Lord Yahweh Shai said, I beheld Satan falling as lightning from heaven, because that's how fast this man's economy is falling. Because I forget the number, but I believe it was in the single digits, the debt when Obama came into office.
I can tell you exactly. It was about 10 trillion. It was about 10 trillion. So when Bush came in, I believe the debt went from I don't know if it was 5 or 6 trillion to 10 trillion. I believe it was 6 trillion, and then it went to 10 trillion. I mean, I can put the numbers together, but when Obama came in, inside of 4 years, I think the debt went up. I think $5.5 to $6 trillion. Yep, and it's breaking down to where every year it goes up $1 trillion. And the GDP, which is the gross domestic product, is a little bit less than 16 trillion. So the U.S. national debt is above the GDP. So that's why all the super rich, they're pulling out the U.S. dollar. All right.
It says once inflation hits 10%, 10-year Treasury bonds lose about half their value. Investors and billionaires recognize this reality and are putting their money elsewhere. That's why Elder Tahar brought out that thing about Zimbabwe. Now, the Zimbabwean dollar lost so much that you had billionaires that became poor overnight, that were in that country, that were billionaires off of the Zimbabwean dollar. And once that thing was bankrupt, they didn't have no more money. They were dirt poor. Now, this is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 11. How the inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down. All they that bear silver are cut off. So it's going to get nasty out here, man. You're just seeing the tip of the iceberg. There's all kind of austerity measures going on in Europe and different other places, but it's coming here to this country. It's just a matter of time before this whole system breaks down. Only so many Band-Aids you can put on that gaping hole that you call the deficit. After a while, that thing is going to explode, and it's going to come rushing out, and ain't going to be nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, the Federal Reserve System is nothing but a bubble, and all bubbles burst. And that bubble's been being blown up since 1933.
This is the book of Jeremiah 51, 8 and 9. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. And part of her pain is that debt crisis. Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. And a good evidence of that is that debt, because the Babylon is talking about is America. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Because her destruction is going to come from the skies. America's destruction is going to come from the skies. First them missiles, then Yahushua and them chariots.
That's right. That's right.
Now going back to the article, the original article, Slipping from America's Grasp, it says the transoceanic freighters from China will have enhanced access to the coal fields of Colombia, the soy plantation of Brazil, and the ports of the American East Coast. Transoceanic freighters from Europe will have enhanced access to the copper mines of Chile, the ports of the American West Coast, and even consumers in the Orient. That's what they're talking about, expanding the Panama Canal. It says, while these developments sound good for world trade, the disconcerting part for America is that the United States is absent. A European consortium of companies is expanding the Panama Canal. A Chinese company is operating the ports on both ends of the canal. Chinese investment is expanding the Cuban merchant fleet. On top of all that, the overall percentage of trade between the largest Latin American economies, Mexico, Colombia, Venezuela, Brazil, and Argentina, and the United States, has decreased dramatically in the past decade. According to the Stratfor analyst Robert Kaplan, U.S. leadership has largely ignored Latin America, while leaders in Europe, China, and other parts of the world have made big inroads. Such negligence may prove to be one of America's great strategic blunders. One of the lesser-known battles of the Second World War was the Battle of the Caribbean. During this 1942 naval campaign, German U-boats and Italian submarines attacked coastal targets in the Antilles Island and sank Allied ships in the Caribbean Sea. The strategy was to blockade the Panama Canal and cut off the flow of oil from Venezuela to the U.S. If Hitler could wrest control of the strategic sea gates away from Washington, a Nazified Europe hoped to besiege the U.S. into a forced armistice. After months of fighting, Allied naval forces were able to drive the Axis power from the Caribbean, but a strategic weakness was spotlighted. The U.S. economy could have been severely crippled if American ships had been denied passage through the Panama Canal zone. In the almost 7 decades since American influence in the Caribbean Sea has dramatically fallen, after the U.S. relinquished control of the Panama Canal in 1999, one of America's most strategic assets was left wide open to foreign control. And that's what's happening. You know, that's why they're losing influence, because really it's the Most High bring you down. It's time for you to go down. So the Most High is bring you down slowly but surely. You know, he's hitting you. It's like when you're boxing. You know, you get hit with a jab. You know, to set you up. You might get hit with a gut shot, a hook to the chin.
Yeah, that's called in boxing. That's called doing a paint job on somebody. In other words, you see, Ali was good at that, and Floyd Mayweather's good at that, doing a paint job on somebody. You're not trying to knock the guy out. You just hit him with the jab in the face. Then you feint, jab, he goes his hands up. You hit him to the body. Then you feint to the body, hit him with a body shot. Then you hit him with a double jab, right hand, double left hook to the head, down to the body, uppercut. And then you get tired of him, and then you just hit him with that fatal blow, and you put him on his ass. And well, a perfect example of that is when Tyson fought Lennox Lewis. And before Lennox Lewis took his ass out, because what's this guy, his trainer? Stewart. Emmanuel Stewart said, better take this guy out of here. This guy might hit you with some crazy shit. Stop fucking around with this guy. Just take the nigga out. But he kept doing a paint job. He pop, 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 pop. Then he got tired of doing a paint job on him. Then he hit him with that one right hand, man. And Tyson went down and didn't. Tyson looked at the ref like, I don't know what the fuck you